Greetings, Pilgrim. It's Will from StormTheCastle.com. And you are watching the Sense of Wonder YouTube channel. Take a walk with me in the library because I've got a book to show you. Well, a video. And you know what? This is a strange thing for me, this video, because I actually don't do any work in this video. So it feels kind of weird for me. Like I'm not being productive. I don't know. But I'm going to actually update you on the stained glass night and what's going on with it and what I got coming up. And you might find this kind of interesting. I'm going to show you a few things. So let's launch into the update on the situation of the stained glass night. So I've done some stained glass before, and like here's a window that I did of a sword. That's my own design. Kind of a nice window. I mean, I guess you could say a little bit rudimentary, but it's a project I'm very proud of. I also did some stained glass pieces for a beehive, a couple of beehives for someone, and the big thing about these projects is there's two major ways to do stained glass. One of them is with something called a copper foil. See that copper color that I'm soldering? As you notice, there's no lead. And I think this was Tiffany had created this technique of stained glass. So, you know, you have copper foil on the glass and then you solder that and it's pretty much all done. And you see got the zinc came around the window, but it's a pretty different technique from what I'm doing with the stained glass night. Is I'm actually here is the finished window. But you know, it looks good. But we know with lead came is a whole different kind of story, particularly with the, the whole thing is a kind of a different story. So what I did was, and I was like, I never soldered any lead came before. I never did that technique. So I thought, maybe I should, it's new to me and I want to do a really good job. So what I did was I actually used some of the scraps and I cut some pieces to make myself a little stained glass piece like this here. And I'm going to practice soldering with that. So I'll be able to solder it all together. And an interesting thing here is there's also a technique. Now watch this. There's a space there between the lead. And that could be soldered, but actually there's a technique for filling that in. And so that'll be coming up, and I'll show you how I do that. And so I'm going to practice the soldering with that smaller window before I get on to soldering our actual stained glass night. So that's it. There's an update. I am, got a lot going on. I'm doing a lot of things, but I will be getting back on this window. It's been a couple of weeks, I guess, since I worked on it, but I'm ready to go. It's coming soon. Thanks.